Good morning, everybody. Johnny B. Good here, located in Methuen, Massachusetts. Today is Monday, March 17th, 2014. Local time here is 8:52 a.m. Currently sitting at the Shaw's parking lot, waiting to get unloaded. Our appointment here is at 10 a.m. Current temperature here, according to Google, is 14 degrees. Yikes. Got here last night at about 8:30, 9 o'clock, I think it was. Had a really nice ride yesterday. And boy, did I come to a really scary moment yesterday. Alright, you guys saw me look at the bills, look at which sequence the load, which one delivers first and all that stuff, right? All right. Here, I'll show you. Where is that thing? There. Okay, you see that? It's always been the shipper, which is well. And then this is the first delivery right here, right? It says Shaw's Supermarket, Methuen, Mass. Then the third one, the second one, as you can see, they count this as one first stop, which is the pickup. Then the second stop is the delivery, and then the third stop is, third. So it's actually 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the way they do this is your first stop, they number it as number 2, then they number it as number 3, and then your last stop is always at 90. That means when it says 90 like that, that is your last stop. Okay, it could be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 90. Okay, that's the way it works. All right, to the point. Yesterday, you guys saw me point this out, Shaw Supermarket, and then I noticed that this was my second stop, which is Orange, Connecticut. And my last stop and final stop is Hartford, Connecticut, right? So I got this address right here, and I entered that into Tom's GPS. And no problem. It found it right away. No problem at all. So I started. And then Sandy prompted me, do I need directions to the stop? And I just simply press OK. And you know me and Sandy, we don't get along that well, so I just never bothered to use Sandy's GPS. I was relying on Tom. 10 miles when I got here, I thought, well, why don't I use both? Why don't I use both GPS? That way, kind of like reassuring kind of thing. So while I'm driving, I just punch a little button there and voila. The problem is Sandy then says, you are now only 155 miles away. Tom says I'm only, 9 miles away. I said, now what? So I said, no way. And the thing is, I came from Pennsylvania, and the way the states are, for those of you who are not familiar with the states, is Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, and Massachusetts. the way they had it loaded was Massachusetts back to Connecticut. And it's kind of weird why they would do that. They would go to the farthest state, deliver that first, and then come back to Connecticut, right? I mean, backtrack. Well, sometimes they do that because for delivery schedule purposes, even though it would have been more efficient to deliver to Connecticut first than Massachusetts last, right? But sometimes they can't get the schedule available, so they'll do it the other way. So anyway, when I got here, it according to Sandy, I have passed Connecticut. I need to go back 155. And I'm thinking, you know, as you can probably imagine, I'm still recovering from the blunder I did Friday. And I said, oh no. So I quickly pulled over, look at the bills again, and sure enough, I was supposed to be here. But why in the world did Sandy have me go back to Connecticut? It turns out that Sandy prompted me to go to the next stop, which is in Orange, Connecticut, or I hit the wrong button. And my mind is just racing. I mean, oh man, ain't no way to solve this problem except getting fired now. So fortunately, I fixed the problem. I got Sandy and all that stuff, and turned around, came back here, and I found the place. But boy, what a relief. My wife says I need to slow down, I need to concentrate. I don't know, sometimes it's always been like that with me. Whenever I get into a bad patch, they say, it just seems like it doesn't end for a while. It just keeps going. So anyway, found me a good place. Fortunately, they have a good truck parking, staging parking here for trucks. And they have the very, very strong 4G network here. So I was able to upload those long videos yesterday and got back to your comments and emails. So now I'm just waiting for them to call me and get me unloaded today, which I only have one delivery to make today. My second delivery is to a Restaurant Depot on 181 Marsh Hill Road, Orange, Connecticut, and that delivers tomorrow, March 18, 2014 at 7 a.m., which is only 157 miles away, which last night Sandy did tell me that I was 155 miles away. So I guess that was the destination Sandy wanted to go. Yeah, I know. I need to slow down, need to concentrate, I need to take it slow and take the necessary precaution to avoid these gut-wrenching situations. There are so many steps that I could have taken to avoid that headache. And you'd think that, you know, once once you're on this job for a long time, you kind of take it for granted, thinking, well, you got this one, you know. But it's I sometimes appreciate those safety meetings and associate meetings that we do at Well every quarter, because then they show you all those accident pictures and what other drivers went through. They show you all the aftermaths and what, you begin to appreciate and refresh your memory and refocus yourself to what is important, what is not. And we all have bad habits, right? And just you start thinking and concentrate more and kind of refresh your purpose, per se. So I've always said to my wife, I said, when me and my wife got together, I always thought, well, for my qualification or the lack of qualification, lack of education, for the most part, I make really good money compared to the people in my town with the same qualification, the same education level that I have. And in fact, I probably make a lot more money to some that are highly educated. But I've always thought, when my wife and I bought a house, I said, well, even though I make this amount of money each year, that's fine and dandy, but a life of a truck driver can just go away just like that, just that fast. While some work in a factory office and all that stuff, they might not make as much money as we truck drivers do, but they have their benefits as the job goes. Their job security is a lot better than ours. In a blink of an eye, a truck driver can lose everything. We can lose the house, cars, you name it. I mean, you gotta agree. I mean, I'm not talking about the benefits of being able to go home every day. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about the job part. And so yeah. Alright, well, we'll catch you guys later. Once again, have a good and godly day. Remember, today is the day of salvation, my friends. Lead a sinful life. Give your heart to God. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Man, He already died for you. But you're going to have to want it. You have to want it bad enough to trade what you have for what He has. What you have is worthless, and what He has is everything. Even though yours may be sweet for a little time and season, but it doesn't last. Think about it. Peace.